everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today's video is a little bit different. Number one, it's really long. I apologize, but I filmed this in real time, so there's not a voiceover. It's just me as I'm crafting, filming it for you guys. And number two, I walk you through every single step of the design process. I share, cutting the layers, scoring, designing, all of it. So it's very much an all-inclusive video because I want to show beginning crafters or card makers what you can do with a limited number of supplies. I mean, this probably would cost less than, I don't know, $10 if you were to make, use these supplies, and you could make a ton of cards using them. So a little bit different than what you're used to, but this is definitely something that I want to incorporate throughout my not only this holiday card series, but going forward on this channel, because not everybody wants to invest in Copics. I got a comment, I'm sorry I don't remember who said it, but she was like, what did you color with before Copics? And I was just thinking, well, I had my Spectrum Noir, but at the same time, card making has evolved so much. And the way that you can really see that is if you go back to Christina Werner's holiday card series. The first, I don't know, 3 or 4 are very much paper and sentiment centered. And then we kind of moved away from that and she moved to Copic coloring, and now, she does a lot of watercolor. So we've moved away from a more simplistic style of card making into something that's a bit more involved. And I know it can be very intimidating for those of you who don't either have a lot or you feel like you don't have the talent. So I like to say that I craft in real life. I'm not perfect. I try to leave in as many mistakes as I can because I want you to know that even though we may get to the end and it's a great card, there's always going to be hiccups along the way. So that's a very long introduction, right? So today I have a question of the day. And that question is, what is your favorite paper company? Leave me a comment down below for your chance to win a card from me. I will pick each winner at the end of the week. So since we're starting this on Friday the 25th, I will pick the first winner on the 2nd. So I'm going to try to incorporate this more. I don't know that it'll be in every single video, but it's definitely something that I want to do because I want to give back to you guys. So anyways, let's head over to the craft table and I'll show you how I made these 2 quick and adorable cards. All right, everyone. So for today's cards, I'm going to show you how to create something cute, quick, and simple for those of you who may be beginners, or those of you who just want to make quick and simple cards because you want to make a lot of them. So I'm going to be using a 6x6 paper pad, and I'm going to be using these stickers. Now, almost all of the manufacturers bring out stickers with a 6x6 paper pad. And if they don't bring out stickers, they bring out die cuts. So this is the Doodlebug Christmas Magic. This is from last year. So I have the 6x6 paper pad. I actually have 2. I've got the mini icons. There are actually 2 sticker sheets in this set. And then I also picked up the chit chats and the odds and ends. So if you wanted to spend a little extra money, you could get these 2. These have images. So you can see there you get 105 images. Let me hold this up. Hopefully it'll focus. And then this, the chit chats, give you sentiments if you want to. On today's cards, we're going to keep them really, really simple. I'm not even going to add a sentiment. You can always write a sentiment if you want to, but I mean, come on, they're Christmas cards. We kind of know what they're meant for, right? So you need, and the other thing you're going to need is adhesive and then a way to cut your paper. I love this trimmer from Fiskars. It extends to like 15 inches. You can find this on Amazon. I like it because it has the wire guide. Some people like a guillotine trimmer. I hate them with the passion of 10,000 men because I've always cut crooked on them. Always. I can remember being a teacher's aide back in, I think it was 5th or 6th grade, no, 6th or 7th grade. One of your electives could be being a teacher's aide. And she would send me to cut cardstock in the library on a guillotine trimmer, and I would cut it crooked every single time. So yeah. So the other thing you're gonna need is a way to make a card base. So I'm gonna insert a couple of pictures. You can buy pre-made card bases pretty much anywhere where you can buy paper crafting. So Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Walmart, I think, Amazon. So if you don't wanna invest in a trimmer, and you'd rather invest in cute paper, stickers, and adhesive, then look for pre-made card bases. And again, I will flash them some pictures. I don't want to add any links in the description box because I don't do affiliate links. And I just don't want people to get the wrong idea about what the links are in the description. But you can search, you know, ready-made card bases. You can just search for cards sometimes, and those will pop up. So if you don't want to invest in cardstock and a trimmer, or if you don't want to make your own card bases, that is something that you could easily do. So I'm going to keep it simple today, and I'm going to stick with white card bases, which is not something I normally do, but we're going to make sure that the paper and the stickers are the star of the show. So I haven't designed anything ahead of time. This is all on the fly. I didn't even have this idea until this morning. I was trying to think of something that I could do that would be easy, because when I do the Copic coloring, those are so involved, and I know a lot of people are intimidated by that process. And I don't want you to be intimidated by card making. That's not, it's supposed to be fun. So anyway, did I mention this was from last year? This collection's from last year. You may not be able to find all of it online, but I know scrapbook.com and a cherryontop.com have pieces and parts. And in the next month or so, Doodlebug will finally release this year's Christmas. They release a little slower than everybody else. It's a little irritating, but it is what it is. It's better than, I mean, I can't have it both ways, right? I can't get mad at people for releasing every once in a while when I also get irritated with people that do it every single month. It's like, I cannot make that many purchases. It's too expensive. Okay, so this is something I already had around. So this is a piece of cardstock. This is a thick, heavyweight cardstock. I think this is 100-pound cardstock. So it's really, really thick. This is Thick Whisper White from Stampin' Up. But you can get, you know, pretty decent cardstock pretty much anywhere. So this is cut down to 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to score it at 5.5. This is going to be off camera because I need it so I can see it with my eyeballs. I'm about blind. And again, if you buy pre-made card bases, you don't have to worry about this. And so let's pick what we want to do first. You guys know I'm obsessed with gingerbread, and look at this little gingerbread house and these little gingerbread people. Look at this little elf, I'm so cute. Oh, these stickers are so, so cute. So cute. Okay, so let's look through our paper pack. Now, Doodlebug always has double-sided paper, so you get a lot of different patterns. So this one is gingerbread. And what I love a lot about Doodlebug is they do non-traditional Christmas colors. Love it. Now, and this is another thing they do. They make these tags. Sometimes they're tags, sometimes they're cards. But they have, these can be your sentiments. So they have ho, 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 Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, home for the holidays. These are super, super cute. You can cut them out, use a hole punch and use them as a tag, or you can just cut them out and put them on a card, or you could just use this as your sentiment and then put an image on the front. They also do these strips. So that there's milk and cookies, 'tis the season, here comes Santa Claus, oh Christmas tree, and you could cut these and use these as border strips on your cards. So let's see. Thought I saw, oh yes, this one. I was like, I thought I saw a really cute candy one. All right, so we're gonna use that. And then I'm gonna want a something close to a solid. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a solid. It could be something like this, which is a pattern, but it's tone on tone. So it's not in your face and it works more as a solid piece of paper. We're gonna get in, I'm gonna do a whole series on getting started with card making, and that will be coming soon, I promise. Do pink, but that's already pink. We do green, yellow, or red. Let's use this red. I'm not huge on this Santa print on the back. That's how I decide. Okay, so this print has a direction. I know it's going to be hard to see, so that's another thing you're going to have to think about. Since we're doing a tall card, we want to make sure that our paper is going in the right direction. So this, all of like the gingerbread are going this way, so we want to make sure that we cut that way. Now you kind of don't have to stick with that when it's a pattern like this, but it would drive me bonkers if I've done that before. I've had to like start all over because I cut the paper the wrong way. So since I have a 4 1/4 by 5'11" card base, I'm gonna do 4 by 5 1/4 for my layers. I like to do, wait, nope, let's see, that's not it. This is the paper I want to use. So since this clearly has a direction, we're gonna cut it like this. I want this to be my background, so I'm gonna cut this at 4. That is 4 by 5 1/4. Save this because we can use it again. And again, that's why I have I keep them in bags for little pieces like this too. You're like, oh, Missy, that you can't really use that for anything, but you really could, and we'll try to work with some scraps. Okay, so this is my card layer, and then I'm gonna want something in the middle. So let's do a square. So let's do this 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 for a square. I know you guys can't see, I'm sorry. I'm just cutting. So we're gonna do 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then we're gonna bring in another piece of white. So since this was 2 3/4 and this was 4, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with quarter inch border. So I'm gonna make this 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down below. I try to respond to almost every comment. Okay. I think we'll do 2 cards, so this video isn't too lengthy. And if you guys want more, you can definitely let me know. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold my card base. Again, if you already have card bases, then you don't have to worry about this step. Now, I will say most card bases come landscape. So meaning they open this way. And we'll make one of those in just a minute. And I'll show you how. Okay, so then I'm going to adhere this paper. And again, you just want some kind of either double-sided tape. If you have Elmer school glue at home, that'll work. Any kind of liquid glue or any kind of double-sided tape is what you need. Then I'm going to adhere these together. And again, you can use liquid glue if you have it, or double-sided tape. At that. So I'm going to go ahead and use dimensional adhesive. Now this is just to pop this up from the background. Again, you don't have to do this step. You can find pop dots, etc. on Amazon. You used to be able to find a roll of this at Big Lots in the automotive section. I don't know if they still do that, but you can get cheap dots or squares pretty much anywhere. Or you can go to one of the big box stores and use a coupon. And what I mean by that is like Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, AC Moore. We don't have one of those around here. And like I said, sometimes you can go to Walmart and find it. Wherever adhesive is sold. I don't know if they have it at the Dollar Tree. I watched a lady go shopping at the Dollar Tree the other day. I don't know why I did it, because all it did was make me want to go to a Dollar Tree. And I'm trying not to go out in public unless I just absolutely have to. Okay. So you could put this on the diagonal if you wanted. You can put it like this. You can put it up. You can put it down. I'm going to put it in the middle, and I'm going to try to put it straight. Those of you who've been with me for a while know that I struggle. It's a struggle. It's real life struggle for me. There we go. So let's do the little gingerbread house. I should have put this on before I put it down. I want, you could also use these stickers in your planner. I think that's actually why I bought them. Which one? This one? These two? There are 4. Four are not gonna fit. Leave it to me to mess up a card that has stickers on it. You have to be really, really careful if you peel them up, because they may not come up. Number one, they may tear the paper underneath. I'm using a, God, I don't even know what this is called. Most people call it a pokey tool. I think it's called a paper piercer. This is from Tim Holtz, but basically everyone has one. And I'm just going real slow. We may lose this one, doctor. There we go. So I'm leaving this in. Some of you may be going, why is she leaving that in? Because I like to show you guys that I make mistakes too. And and there's nothing wrong with this. I just want to make that clear. There's a lot of crafters who make YouTube videos who share with you, the process, but everything looks so beautiful and so perfect. And that's just not realistic for me at all. Do we want to put the candies in between them? Like the little gumdrops? What do we got over here? Let's put some hearts. Gumdrops, hearts. We'll do hearts. So we'll do a blue heart. Oh, they can't hold the hearts. That's so cute. they can hold them. They can hold them. They're so cute. Isn't that cute? So that's real, it's real cute, real simple. And you don't have to use stickers. You could use, like I said, the Chit Chats, you could do whatever, but it's a quick and simple card. And like I said, all right, lighting, what are you doing? This thing. Why did it go all, oh, the lighting on this. Okay, so anyway, you don't have to use stickers. You can use anything, but it's just something that's quick and simple and easy. Minimal supplies. It doesn't take any time at all unless you're yakking like I am. But something just quick and simple. And like I said, I messed up a little bit, but we fixed it and it still turned out cute. So let's do one more card. So I'm going to take, we're going to make a landscape card, which just means we're going to cut it at 5.5 instead of cutting it at 4 1/4. So landscape, almost everyone's used a printer. So think of it as you're printing landscape. This is printing portrait. This is printing landscape. We're going to print landscape, or we're going to cut landscape. So we're going to cut this at 5.5. And then we're going to cut, or excuse me, score at 4 1/4. I recommend getting a bone folder. If you don't have one, you can use the back of like a plastic butter knife. Anything really will do. Okay, so let's think of, I want to use maybe the sled and then Santa. Santa, I know him. I think that'll be really cute. Okay, so let's pick the paper. Maybe this candy cane stripe. That's really cute. We'll do that, and then let's see. This is something I love to do. This is one of my favorite card sketches, you could call it, ever in my life, is just adding a bit of paper to kind of break up that pattern. I think I like that. And I'm going to continue using this as our paper. Well, I may pick out actually I may choose green instead. Okay, so again, this is, you can do this however you want because this is kind of a diagonal pattern. So I'm going to cut this at 5 1/4 by 4. So we can do this kind of one of two ways. So once you cut it like that, you get a piece of paper that's this size, a piece of paper that's this size, and then a piece of paper that's this size. What is going on with the color of this video? I'm so sorry. So like I said, this is one of, you don't have to use this pattern, but this is one of the ways that I like to do that. Another way is to put it vertically like this. You can even make it wider. Not this pattern, because the pattern's going in the wrong direction. What am I going to do with that pink one? I hope this video makes sense and it's not just a bunch of jibber jabber. So you want to cut it down to 4, but you could have it go like this. So again, you can do it this way. It's on the back of this. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so you can either do it this way and have it 4, cut it at 4, or you can do it this way and cut it at 5 1/4. I think I'm gonna go with this, cut it at 5 1/4, and then I also want a solid background again. So there's green holly or pink. Let's do green, because this is a really traditional kind. There's also yellow. Let's do green. Okay, so for the scene, for this card, I'm gonna do it 4 by 2 1/2. I'm gonna cut this at 4. And then 2 1/2, or you could cut it at 2 1/2 and then cut it down to 4. There's that. So 4 by 2 1/2. So I need a piece of paper that's 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. What is this? Look at that. So 3 3/4. This video gonna be 902 minutes. Okay, so let's start adhering. Wait, I didn't cut this down. See? That. I meant to cut this down. Actually, I can just trim this. Yeah, we'll just trim that off. Okay, so this is gonna go in the center. And then you can just, like I said, you can just trim it off with some scissors. We're going to adhere these two like we did earlier. Haha, I didn't cut it right. I need to trim this down to 2 1/4, Misty. Oh my word, my brain. My brain. My brain. If I can remember, I will try to have all the measurements on the screen, because clearly my brain is broken. Again, I'm going to pop this up. You don't have to use this many, but I like to sometimes sell my cards or give them away. And I would hate for someone to get it and it has fallen apart. When I was selling ornaments, I always put the names on with thickers and then like foam glue. And luckily it was a friend. I had one ornament, and all the time that I was selling ornaments where the name fell off. And it was because of the climate change, because she was in California or Colorado and I'm here in Dallas. So it wasn't cold here when I mailed it, but it was really cold there. So luckily she just ran and got some craft glue, but I felt awful. I was like, oh no. All right, why did I should have did that after I added this to the card base. But again, crafting in real life. We are crafting in real life, y'all. Okay, so now we can do our little scene. So I think I want Santa's sleigh with these cute little elves. So you can play with perspective and foreground and background like this as well. So this is going to be in the background and they're going to be smaller. And then we're going to put Santa and Mrs. Claus in the foreground, I think, unless they are way too big. Nope. Actually, I'm going to pop them up. Maybe. Maybe I'm going to pop them up. That's something that we can talk about in another video, perspectives and how to make something look like it's farther away and how to make something look like it's closer, you know, forward. And this is one good way to do that. All right, let's add a little bit to the other part of the card. So let's use the candies because those are really, really cute. So I've got a blue one. Then we've got a yellow one. And then we've got a pink one. And then we've got a red and a green. I normally do it the other way around. Yeah, I knew that was going to be an issue. It blends in. It blends in too much. Let's go ahead and use that candy because I like it. And then we can add a heart instead of the red candy. How about that? And again, you can add some more. We can add like these little stars around it. You could add the mistletoe. There's a little thing of mistletoe that you could add. You could add another elf. Like you could add him up there so he's ready to get some candy. Or there's an even smaller one with the package. You could add her up here. So this is all happening, you know, behind Santa and Mrs. Claus. It's completely up to you. But quick and simple, well, not quick because I yacked and yacked and yacked, but pretty simple cards that can be produced. They're really inexpensive, something that you can do if you're brand new to crafting. So yeah, but anyway, if you didn't want to do, could totally cut this paper out with, like I said, with a straight edge and an X-Acto knife, if you didn't want to get a trimmer. And for these white layers, you could use copy paper. I would double it up maybe. Or you can use even the cheap cardstock that you can get at Walmart that comes in a ream. Even that would work. It doesn't have to be fancy. So anyway, let me know if this was helpful and if you enjoyed videos like this. And yeah, I will see you guys next week for another day in my holiday card series. Bye for now.